Hello everyone. When shooting videos, the influence of environment and lighting can result in differences in color tone and brightness in the captured footage. In such cases, we often rely on various common special effect controls to make adjustments. So today, we will be learning about the commonly used special effects in news videography and post-production editing. We'll cover the following aspects: an overview, adjusting color levels, modifying brightness and contrast, enhancing lighting effects, and refining colors. Part 1. Overview. Before applying the fantastic video effects provided by Premiere, it's generally a good practice to customize its attribute parameters. This enhances the visual impact of the effects and offers users a broader creative space. When we refer to effects, we are talking about the ones found in the effect controls. Part 2. Adjusting color levels. Let's get some hands-on practice. Alright, let's open the software. We start by locating the command for adjusting color levels. In the project panel, we find the effects control. In English, it's called Effect. Then we open the Video Effects folder and locate the Color Levels command. In this folder, find the color level and just click. Using the Color Levels command is quite straightforward. All we need to do is drag and drop the Color Levels command onto the video material where we want to add the effect. At this point, we click on the effect control in our material window, and below the default parameters, the color levels command we just added will appear. Here, it's broken down into input black levels for RGB, output black levels, output white levels, and RGB grayscale coefficients. Additionally, there's adjustment for black, white, and gray in the individual RGB color channels. This precision control allows us to accurately adjust the colors. For global adjustment of RGB channels, if, for example, we increase the black levels of RGB, the entire image will become slightly darker. Adjusting the white levels will noticeably change the highlights. However, when adjusting individual color channels, RGB will inevitably deviate in color. For example, adjusting the second channel, which is the red channel, will make the entire image shift toward green. Adjusting the blue channel will make the image appear greener. Color levels mainly affect the brightness. If we want to intentionally shift colors, we might use this color levels command less frequently. There are more direct ways to adjust brightness and contrast. Now let's look at the software. Right-click and select Clear to remove the effect we added. We find the color correction folder and open it. Then select the brightness and contrast control. Click and hold the left mouse button and drag it onto our material. At this point, our effect control will display the parameters for brightness and contrast. Just like with other commands, above are masks and below are adjustment parameters. Using these two values, we can control overall brightness and darkness of the entire image. Contrast enhances the distinction between dark and light, sharpening the image to a degree. This is how we adjust brightness and contrast. Adjusting lighting effects. Let's use the software. We expand the Adjustments folder and find the Lighting Effects command. Drag and drop the Lighting Effects command onto our material. Now we can see that light spots appear on the screen, simulating the effect of strong light shining. We can choose whether it's a point light source, parallel light, or a strong light source. The intensity of strong light can be controlled here. Lowering it helps avoid overexposure, which is when a part of the image becomes too bright and loses detail. By adjusting the intensity, we find the appropriate brightness. The angle can be modified using this angle value, and we can adjust the radius of the protection using this command. The position can be adjusted using the X and Y coordinates, where the left side represents the X-axis and the right side represents the Y-axis. Moreover, you can add more light spots. By default, only one is added, but you can add 2, 3, 4, or 5 light spots. There are additional parameters below that you can experiment with. Alright, that's all for the class. Keep practicing diligently, and practice makes perfect.